I think that Keegan Murray last night played his best game of the year. And that is with every ounce of due respect to his 47-point game where he hit 12 three-pointers. Incredible game.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a blowout win over the Jazz, in part because Keegan had such a remarkable outing. But last night, he scores 28 points, his second highest total of the year, by the way. He scores 28 points.
Okay.
He grabs 12 rebounds, including, I believe, 6
in the double overtime.
In the second overtime?
Second overtime.
Just in the second overtime.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier, he had the 4 offensive rebounds that led to 3 buckets, 7 points, including his huge 3 that tied the game at 135 late in the second overtime. He was everywhere. He was good defensively. The Magic hit some ridiculous shots last night, but he was good enough defensively. I thought he was extremely impactful. And on a night where, and this is what I have wanted from Keegan Murray all year, this is the kind of growth I want to see from him. On a night where De'Aaron Fox doesn't have it, and Domantas Sabonis is not a player that you're like, yeah, hey, we're going to dump it into you in the post and you're going to go get a bucket, or hey, you're going to make it rain from 3 now. He's not a primary scorer. And Malik Monk is going off. De'Aaron Fox is getting his field goal attempts, but he's not making them. Keegan Murray finishes with 21 field goal attempts, the second most on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes 13 of them. And he scores 28. He has his 12 boards. I was really, really impressed with Keegan Murray last night. We've asked for hustle. We have asked for, hey, go get a rebound. Somebody go impact winning in some way. And outside of Malik Monk, I don't think anybody on the Kings impacted winning more than Keegan Murray did last night.
I agree 100%. When it comes to the ways that you can impact a game, I'm going to give Chris Duarte a little bit of props here. Chris Duarte has a horrible game, throwaway game, right?
Jesus.
No, he did. He did. He had a horrible game, but the night before.
I'm going to give Chris Duarte some props. Had a horrible game.
Okay, but stick with me here, Kyle.
Okay. I'm here.
Then the night before, he went out and got 7 rebounds, including 4 offensive rebounds and 3 putbacks because he was active and he crashed.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you're seeing Keegan Murray go, oh, that's what they mean. I get it.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Like, he was impactful. He was all over the place. He was attacking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Kings need. And he figured it out. And I also think there's something about him playing Banchero. There's something about him playing Chet Holmgren, all of those things. Like, he's going to step it up. Like, I expect that when the Detroit Pistons come into roll through town, the Kings hit Detroit on the first game of their road trip, right? I expect him to put on a show for Jaden Ivey. Like, I do. Because
you think Jaden Ivey is going to be the reason that Keegan Murray lights it up against the Pistons?
Well, no.
And not that the Pistons are ass?
Yeah, it's probably going to be because the Pistons are not good. But I would also tell you that the way that that he was treated on draft night, where, they did the top 5 picks, except for Keegan Murray wasn't there. And so instead of having the top 4 picks, they had the top 3 picks and Jaden Ivey pictures.
That's nuts, dude.
The fact that, on draft night, they used a picture of Chris Murray and not Keegan Murray as the picture that they ran when he was drafted. Like, these things, like, Keegan Murray does feel something. Like, even though he keeps a straight face, he does feel something. And he does not like the way that, like, draft and the way that he's been considered and all that stuff. He wants to prove people wrong, just like anyone else would. So I don't think it's any coincidence that he put up 28 points and 12 rebounds against Paulo Banchero, even though Banchero was nuts too. He was crazy good.
He was really, really good.
Yeah, he was.
My podcast co-host, who will remain nameless, was at the game last night. And he texted me. I had the same thought. And I think you mentioned this earlier too. I was totally under the impression that Paulo Banchero was like 6'8".
No.
But my man is an easy 6'10". He's huge. And shot the heck out of it last night.
Yeah,
as did the rest of the matches.
he's a big. I mean, we're not talking about a 6'10", like 215.
Yeah, no, he is.
No. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I would say like
Unit.
if I had to guess, I would say 245. Like he's a big man. He like what he looks like to me on the court is just a bigger Carmelo. Yeah, I mean he's just a bigger Carmelo.
Carmelo's. I know you're not making a direct comparison, but he does not have the offensive bag though. Carmelo's bag was crazy.
Well, no, he is, but like Paulo will get there. Paulo will be a 25 to 30 point game per game
I'm
score.
all in on Paulo.
Yeah.
You averaged 20 in your rookie season.
Oh yeah. No, he's impressive. And like I said during the draft, Paulo will win the rookie of the year. I thought like without any problems. But then on top of that, he'll probably be the best player from the draft for the first 3 years. After the first 3 years, all bets are off. Like, I don't know if Keegan will reach higher heights. I don't know if Chet Holmgren will get there.
Chet's pretty good.
Yeah, no, Chet is. Yeah, but and even Jabari, like you don't know, like the players around him that are getting Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, all these players, they have an opportunity to be really, really good players. But Paolo's going to walk in the league and be like, "Oh, I'm a bucket."
Yeah.
And it's just, does it equate to winning? And right now it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're building something there for sure.
Yeah, Orlando's fun.
Yeah,
that was fun, man. I was bummed that the Wagners were both out last night. Both got banged up last night.
Well, Mo was in.
He only played like 5 minutes.
Oh,
didn't he?
I it's possible it was just a bad matchup. I don't know that.
I'm sorry, he played 13 minutes.
The play where he got a foul call when he went over the back of JaVale McGee.
Only played 5.
Yeah, Franz rolled his ankle. Paolo's listed at 6'10", 250. That's a legit 6'10", 250.
That's one of my favorite football phrases that they use on a broadcast is he is 6'6", 250, and he is every bit of 6'6", 250. Like, thanks. Thanks. He's not a fake ass 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
No, Paulo was good last night. I think that's interesting though, because I think De'Aaron has a little bit of the same thing where when he goes up against a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or a Devin Booker or a Luka Doncic or a Kyrie Irving or whoever it is, he wants to go make sure that he's the best player on the court that night.
Oh, I totally agree.
And I think there's something with Keegan's demeanor that I just would not have put that on him. But you have to be a little bit of a competitive psycho to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
Whether you show it outwardly or not. And that's interesting. I'm fascinated to see if that is the case because, I think the Kings are going to beat Detroit regardless. And if Keegan Murray has a good game, fine. But I'm interested to see if he has like a 30-point game against Detroit.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting. I mean, if you look at Fox, the way that he's handled like the 4 guys that were drafted above him, first of all, Josh Johnson was a quick burnout. Markelle Fultz, same thing. I mean, like but every time De'Aaron Fox faced Lonzo Ball, it was like, all right, game on, man.
I loved the bit in 2018? Was it 2018 draft or 2017?
17.
27. The 2017 tournament, like starting there.
Oh,
was it Lonzo was always ducking De'Aaron Fox?
Well, that I think he dropped 39 on
Lonzo
in
torched UCLA.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think Lonzo like missed all their preseason games and then missed the first regular season game or something like that. I don't know. It was a fun bit.
Yeah, for sure.